is whether we have adopted Peter Obi, as the presidential candidate of the party for 2027. For those who followed us and who saw our communique in Inewi, the position was clear of the party. The convention in Inewi, having taken into cognizance a number of factors, agreed that Peter Obi and Alex Otti, the current governor of Abia State, because of their performances, should be offered the presidential ticket and the governorship ticket of Abia State. Number two, the stakeholders, the reconciliation committee that you talked about was the reconciliation committee that was set up during the campaign council, during the campaigns. And all committees relating to the campaign have been dissolved by the party. All committees, most appointments, let me not say all of them, that was set up as a result or ancillary to the 2023 general election have been dissolved. But however, by the time we reconstitute the new Peace and Reconciliation Committee, those who have done well in other committees may be considered in this new committee. If a group of people or persons want to meet with the leadership of the party, because we are open, because the national secretary is open, he can meet with any person and any group of persons. So that is where we are in respect of that reconciliation committee. As per my number, I believe that majority of you have access to me and the National Publicity Secretary of the party. But let me assure you that we'll create more access this time. I want you to feel free. I'm always in the office here, and in most cases, I'm sure if you're able to get the publicity secretary, I'm sure you'll be able to reach me. Probably after this engagement, I will also give you my PA's number and some other number of my close staff. In case you are not able to get me, you are not able to get the publicity secretary, you can get some of my people around me who can easily reach me, and then so that we can have a better engagement in future. Like I said, you are critical stakeholders in this engagement, and we cannot afford not to engage the media subsequently, especially when you want clarifications from us. And we also need you to help us reshape public opinion in our favor, and therefore will not be doing ourselves any good if we do not avail you the opportunity for us to engage. Yes, our friend from Arise talked about cooperation. I've said so clearly, and that's why I took time to put it in writing. For those of you who are used to me, you know I'm not used to reading address. But this is deliberate, because all what I've said here today, I wanted it to be on record. And that was why I took my time to do what I did with this address, so that we can look at it and be able to reflect on it. I think the time has come for us to put our personal interest aside and work in the collective interest of the party, and above all, of the people of Nigeria. I'm a product of congresses, a product of convention. I was validly elected by members of the party to provide leadership for the party. And you will agree with me too that the Nigeria Labour Congress, like we have said, have their own structure. It's just for us now in Labour Party to go and say that Ajaero should live as the president of NLC. It's not within our powers. It's not within the powers of Labour Party members to go and say so. To go to NLC office, to go to NLC secretariat and say Ajaero should live as president of NLC. It's not within our powers to do so. Similarly, it's not within their powers to come to Labour Party to say Abure because they don't like my face. Because I say it the way it is. I'm a blunt person. I will say it the way it is. I'm sure you've seen it. My campaign with peterobi will show you clearly that I make no pretenses. I say it the way it is. And even in this address today, you would have seen that I put the records the way they are. To come and say that I should leave office as the national chairman of the party, when indeed my people appreciate me, when indeed the vast majority of members of our party appreciate the great sacrifices we have made for the party, appreciate the fact that we've taken the party from nothing to something, appreciate the fact that we have taken the party and brought it to the limelight today. Under our leadership, we have removed Labour Party from obscurity to light. Yes. Labour Party today have become the beacon of light and hope for the vast majority of the people of Nigeria. And it is under our leadership. Even if they try to wish away our sacrifice, our outstanding records and achievements, even if they try to wish it away, the records are there that they cannot sweep under the carpet. And the most interesting part of it is that during this travail of this period, I will remove my hat and say, let me disguise. People will come and meet me and say, Chairman, I appreciate you. God will see you through from this struggle. Nigerians appreciate our sacrifices we have made. And so, to answer you squarely, while we appreciate our cooperation with the NLC, while we solicit their support, we must know our boundaries. We must know our limitations. And I think I have explained that very, very succinctly. The Labour Party constitution is clear as to how you can become national chairman of the party. And that's why we have admonished that those who want to take over as national chairman of the party should go and resign their positions, join the party at the world level, rise from the ranks, and become national officers. Barry today is the deputy national youth leader of the party. He paid his dues. We saw his sacrifices. And at the convention, our members said, no, Barry must be rewarded for his work. And that's why he's sitting here today. For me now, I beg you. And you will agree with me that Labour Party is not a military barrack. Even in military barrack these days, people rise from the ranks. You don't go and overthrow the commander and take over the garrison command. It must be by promotion and by appointment. And as per Labour Party, is by election. And it is only the National Convention, National Executive Council, that can determine who become the national chairman of the party. And that is why we have admonished today by saying that cooperation is better. Rascality doesn't pay these days. The era of banking table unionism is over. It is an era of constructive engagement. And I think that we are sufficient enough to know that. And for those of you who may not have known, I'm a product of the Nigerian Labour Congress. For people who may not know, I have been vice chairman, National Union of Postal and Telecommunications Employees in Edo. I was state chairman of that same union for 10 years. I was a critical stakeholder in NLC Edo for 10 years. I was national president of my union, national president, a member of the Central Working Committee of the Nigerian Labour Congress. Go and find out. And so, there's nothing you can tell me about the labor union that I do not know. Joe Ajaero was my colleague. While I was president of my union, he was general secretary of his own union. You know, so I think we have sufficiently dealt with that. Then the letter from INEC. That letter that emanated from INEC is very clear. It replied the NLC when they set up a caretaker committee in 2014. In 2014, after the 2014 National Convention, the NLC again set up a caretaker committee and wrote to INEC. That letter that is in circulation was a response from INEC to them that they have no right whatsoever to set up any committee. The agreement you refer to in my quest for peace and stability in the party, I signed an agreement with them that we are going to have a national convention that will be in line with the party constitution. It is only the party constitution that can dictate who and who should be in the national convention. You can't go to the marketplace to bring everybody to participate in the convention. The constitution is clear as to who and who are delegates to a convention. And so, we have done what we ought to do, and I think that we have satisfied all the provisions of the law, and we are very, very good to go. We are good to provide leadership. And let me say here clearly that henceforth, all attempts to distract us from the main objective, we will ignore and focus on our mission, on our vision to rescue Nigeria, speak for Nigerians, and represent the voice of the vast majority of the people of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
I think the national chairman deserves a better applause.